this just happened not much before the show started.
Right.
There was a activist judge that tried to slow down.
Easy with the activist judge.
I'm sorry. I said that wrong. A radical judge.
He must be a Republican, a radical Republican judge?
No, there's no such thing.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
it's called Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. Carry on. I'm sorry.
I can't believe that I am the conservative in this room.
Yes.
That shows you how far left you are. I'm
a moderate in the middle.
You are not. You cannot claim that.
I am
Get
real.
Your butt back over on the left. Don't even try and claim that.
Hey, you're dyslexic. You don't know which side I'm on.
I can read both sides of the fence. I can tell you that. So, but there was a judge who tried to block Trump with a decision on tariffs. And here's what I love about our country. None of these tariffs have been in effect. None of them. Not a single one has went into effect yet. It hasn't happened yet. All right. I know your side believes it's already happened. We're already getting billed for this. None of this has hit any of them yet, and it hasn't affected anything in the market because of what they predict is going to happen and what they can charge us with. Companies are charging us with this. All right. That's what's the reality of the world. None of this has really hit any of these countries yet. And no one's received any bill for a tariff. Not one. Not one.
Right.
But the entire panic button has been hit from the opposition side that did not win the election. So they still think they're in charge. So they're going to sabotage. No, they wouldn't. Just be American and stop sabotaging what we're trying to do.
You mean go to the Dark Ages?
We're not going to the damn Dark Ages. What the hell are you talking about?
There'll be no scientific experimentation anywhere in this country. The National Institute of Health is going to shut its doors. There'll be cobwebs.
Oh, that's what's going to shut it down. You know what keeps America alive? Not the freaking government. And that's the problem with the left. They think the government keeps us alive. That is not what does it. Businessmen of the world keep us alive.
And they're going to spend billions of dollars on development and research on the chance that they might find something.
You know who should be spending that money? And no, that is not true. That is not true. The big pharmacy companies that get supplements for their research from the government, from the left side.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
They just yanked Moderna.
Exactly.
They took $750 million away from Moderna for bird flu research.
It's the highest profit margin business, and they get money from the government, and everyone bitches about the oil companies. Well, why are we bitching about pharmaceuticals?
We are, and the problem with the pharmaceutical companies is the fact that if they're getting government funding for the research, or the research is done and then given for them to make the drugs, then they need to lower their prices and kick back to the people in America and make everything affordable. It's not a hard stretch.
No,
and I don't think that's something that the left is going to have a problem with.
Well, they seem to be having a problem with RFK checking under the rug.
Because he's looking for the leftover crumbs of the bear that he left down there.
See, that's the problem with the left. That is not even a topic that has anything to do with the world. You know the shit I would be in if they went back in my history.
He volunteered that. Nobody looked for it. He volunteered it.
But I've done a lot of good things. That's like
yes, you have.
You know,
a lot of good things.
You know, it's like. I hate to use this reference because it'll show up in a reel. I'm not going to use it. I'm afraid.
Do it.
Because Blake and Rebecca will grab it and put it in a reel.
Do it.
Be careful.
Yeah.
They'll hold it over for years. I got your back on this one. Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, but it had something to do with a goat. But
Tom Brady?
No.
I'm trying to back you out gracefully.
The goat.
Right.
Yeah. You can do a lifetime of great things and do one thing wrong.
Yeah, there's a joke to that effect, which I won't say on the air.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Build a lot of bridges, but
it has something to do with a goat.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No. I'm not that. Yeah, exactly. Well, mine's a...
Right. Same idea. Yeah, don't mind us at home, folks. We just don't want to say this on air. My wife will yell at me.
Yeah, that's what mine is.
Exactly. Same thing, right. Build 100 bridges.
Yeah.
Just right.
Yeah.
And those of you who know this joke, laugh. Right?
Yeah. I needed the money. No. That's not true. I didn't need the money.
My C-section was expensive, I guess.
But,
Pardon me.
But I mean, that's the problem with our society.
Yeah.
Is, you know, that bear story is never going to go away from RFK. I've made fun of it when the bear showed up here. I made fun of RFK. So it's not going to go away. It's what we do as Americans, and we have the touch and the feel of it all.
Do the bears on the Bear Overpass have to pay a toll? From this morning show?
I don't know. A couple of them tried to skip around and it didn't work so good for them.
No, not really. Yeah,
it did not work so well for them.
And I hear RFK was right in back of them, sweeping them up and going, dinner.
Yeah, he took them to Central Park. But Trump, it got overturned again, so they're not going to delay the tariff talk again. But none of these tariffs have actually hit yet.
Well, that's because Trump enjoys the taco bowl, which means Trump always chickens out. He threatens big tariffs, and then he backs off, which is fine. Now, he's claiming that, well, first of all, he gets pissy when somebody asks him, you know, what's your feeling on being called a taco? And he said, what's that? So they explained to him. He said, well, that's just a nasty question, because anytime he doesn't like a question, he's banning people from asking questions because he's got a very thin skin.
Well, here's the beauty of tacos.
They're delicious.
No matter if they fall apart, they're still amazing.
Yeah.
And see, that's the good thing about Trump. No matter if he falls apart.
You can't call him amazing.
No. His people are going to think he's amazing.
Of course they are.
And you know what?
They're brainwashed.
They're not brainwashed.
Oh, come on.
They're not brainwashed. There's
no individual thought there.
No more than the Democrats were taking the COVID shots. And now you made me say COVID, and that's on the list, too.
Blake, could you get a copy of that list out here, please?
Now you made me say that word.
At least I didn't this time.
But I mean, you know, there's a lot of things out there. Brainwashed is what when we went into Iraq and we invaded Iraq, that was the right side giving bad information.
They're looking for the weapons of mass destruction.
And I can tell you, a lot of the vaccines, some of the stuff that's coming out of those, I'm just like, whew, I'm glad my body was able to fight those off.
Yeah.
Because I do have heart condition in my family. You know, and I would have been somebody that, you know, it could have affected. Right. I mean, some of the stuff that we're now finding out was in those, and how little the testing was.
Well, that was because it was at warp speed.
Yeah.
And who was running that? Just out of curiosity.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
that was under Trump.
Well, it was under Trump, and then
it was actually a phenomenal program because they got the vaccine to market very quickly. So that was something that was beneficial in theory until they said, well, maybe it's not so beneficial.
Yeah, until it wasn't. So until it wasn't.
But they just stopped the Moderna that they pulled the money from was the mRNA one and not the protein-based one. So they did it that. Now, I don't know if they're going to give somebody else money to work on a protein-based vaccine for bird flu. But if they don't, you know, we may be at the risk of a different type of pandemic.
Well, and this is the problem. And this is what I was talking about with Big Pharma. We give more money to Big Pharma than we should.
Absolutely, because it's not like
their profit margins are extremely high.
Yes,
one of the highest profit margins out there, and then we get none of the benefits of us, the taxpayers. They charge us for research and advertisement for the drugs that save our lives. I don't even understand why they need advertisement. And these, because I mean, you look at ads.
It's fascinating.
It's ridiculous.
And the last line of it is, you know, and don't take this if you're allergic to it. How the hell do you know you're allergic to something that you've never taken before? You know?
That's exactly it.
That's crazy. First of all, may cause death. And if you're allergic, don't take it. But the interesting thing is Pfizer, Moderna, Bayer, these are not American companies. They're all European companies, if I'm not mistaken. I may be speaking out of turn, but I don't believe so.
Well, some of them, I mean,
they have offices here, but I think most of them are European companies.
Most of their businesses and profits come out of the U.S.
Right, because their profits do, because they're selling the same drugs in Europe and around the world at a dramatically lower rate.
Super low rate.
Correct.
So, which is, and the research was paid for by those countries?
No, I don't think so.
It was paid for by us.
Yes.
So
we should get a little kickback there.
Yeah.
Like all of them. Give it to us now.